Lights, camera, action.
And nothing unites people like someone dying.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's sad and it's true though.
The candy corn industry is a money laundering front.
What's the worst acid trip you've ever had?
Well, this is Red Bear Podcast, baby. Movies, music, conspiracies, deep existential crises. It's all inside and it's all unfiltered. So let's get started.
Hey, it's the Friday before Halloween.
It's the Friday before Halloween. Halloween weekend.
Halloween.
Halloween is on Sunday.
Yeah.
As an act of defiance against God.
Yeah.
You know.
Spooky. And for Halloween weekend, we've got a special guest, my former coworker, Justin. Welcome.
Welcome, Justin.
Thank you for having me over.
Yes, sir.
Definitely
We used
glad
to
be a part of this.
Yeah, we used to work together at a shithole, talk about horror stories.
Now, this shithole was previously mentioned, and you did decide to bleep it out.
I did.
I like it. I'm glad you did. That's suspenseful.
Oh,
Yeah.
so we can't mention the name, or we can?
You can. I'll probably just bleep it for now.
now.
You know, only the true fans know where we...
Yes.
Well, I'm sure once I give some detailing away, they're gonna know exactly where it is.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, when you mentioned the juiced up meatheads, eye molesting women from across the way, and then having visible boners with shrinked nut sacks due to steroid use, I think everyone's gonna know where you guys were.
They'll narrow it down pretty quickly.
Yeah,
There's only two possibilities.
pretty much.
I mean, like 3 now. 4.
There's a good 4 possibilities, but for the type of gym folk that you guys were dealing with, that does narrow it down a little bit. You don't get all that at the old PF.
Yeah.
Too much.
We're not talking Changs either.
Yeah, we're not talking Changs.
So we got some horror stories from there, but we also, you said you've got some actual experiences, some real life paranormal, and what a better time to break all those out than right here, right now.
Yeah, I definitely got some stories that I can definitely share. Just your run of the mill, almost possessed by a demon, viewing of many sorts, that kind of thing.
So pretty lighthearted stuff.
Yeah.
This sounds a lot like, what's that movie with Jack Black? Goosebumps?
Goosebumps.
Yeah.
I was thinking Adam Sandler's Hubie Halloween.
Oh, I haven't seen that. Oh, man, I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, Adam Sandler's Hubie Halloween, which featured encrypted messages telling children to kill their parents. I don't know if you guys heard about that.
I did not hear about that.
It's not true. I just made it up.
Okay.
That would be hilarious.
I would actually believe that Adam Sandler would do something like that.
Yeah.
He's running out of ideas. He's like, what can I...
How
can I spice it up?
Subliminal message of killing your parents. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
I'm excited. Yeah. Halloween episode. I'm excited to talk about this because I just started watching a show called Evil. Anyone caught Evil?
No.
I have not.
So it's on Paramount Plus, which I steal from my sister. No, I don't, but I do. I don't pay for it myself. I am a thief of the streaming services.
Fair, that's fair.
And I didn't think I'd like it at first, but it's about a guy who is training to be a priest in the Catholic Church. And his job for the Catholic Church is to investigate paranormal happenings. And he has a skeptic psychologist with him and a skeptic technology guy who does the technology stuff with him. And they just go around and they say, hey, my wife tried to bite my penis off last night. I would like the Catholic Church to investigate. I think she's possessed. I think we might need an exorcism.
Clearly possessed.
Yeah. And then they go in there and they'll just be like, no, your wife just has a fetish for biting off penises. She's not possessed. We suggest that you get a divorce. And that's usually how those episodes go down.
So is it supposed to be funny?
No,
this sounds funny.
No. I
was going to say, that sounds like my last ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. No, I made it stupid. It's actually really good. And it's really, for me right now, it's really hitting because we've talked a lot about spirituality and I have waned in a lot of different directions. And I think I used to be I used to think I was kind of like an edgy, you know, I'd listen to Tyler, the Creator, and death metal, and write upside down crosses on my notebooks at school.
Yeah.
And then it got a little serious for a second, you know, and it wasn't that. I think I was just in a dark place. And then I kind of like came to this point where I was like, I don't believe in the devil. Now I kind of do again.
Really?
It's been exciting. Yeah. The world is full of endless possibilities now that I believe in the devil again.
Let me just recap what that sentence that you just said was. He said, and I quote, "I'm starting to believe in the devil again, and it's really exciting." Now, I don't know if you've ever seen a red flag.
Well, I mean, Estevan, you should have known by me, you know, the person who just excretes evil.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you should have known years ago.
Yeah, I would work night shifts with this guy. Only night shifts, so.
Is that literally overnights?
Well, it was
10 to 2.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
If not later.
Yeah. Although it's supposed to be illegal to go later.
But they don't follow that guideline.
You know, what are they going to do? Fire us for doing our job?
Right.
Even though they almost did.
Yeah.
At one particular New Year's closing shift.
Really?
You don't remember that?
Was I there?
Yeah.
No way. I never worked New Year's.
Yes, it was. You did it to just get more money, and that was the time that me, you, and 2 other people decided to spend all day outside in the back, just chilling, not doing anything.
What?
Definitely not smoking weed, I'm sure.
People would do that too.
You heathens.
They'd bring their pens and they'd go to the back and just hit that.
Yeah.
People from the front desk would come and be like, "Yo, you got that pen?"
I like that.
Yeah. Wow, I don't remember this day.
Well,
I'm surprised.
what
Because
what
we
happened?
all got written up because of it.
Okay.
No way. I've only been written up. I was only written up once.
Again, almost got written up.
Oh, almost.
Okay.
Because a lot of us like bullshit the entire like story.
Sounds about right. That sounds about my whole entire career there. Just bullshitting everything I did.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else are you supposed to do at a dead end job?
Yeah.
You know? That
be
sucks your
dead
soul
inside.
out. And that's maybe the point, right?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, we're going to talk about demons and evil,
Mm-hmm.
and that manifests itself in a shitty corporation. I don't even know if that's a corporation. Is that a chain? This place you guys used to work?
I think they're just
They're local, but they're
local.
branching out.
they are branching out.
They're trying to become, they've sold their soul, is what you're getting at.
Yeah.
Actively, they are in the process of the fruits of the devil being given to them. And they are branching their fucking tentacles.
Yeah.
And then they actively were sucking your guys' souls out
Mm-hmm.
and hoping to crush your spirits so that you will slave for them forever.
Beautifully put and accurately put.
Yes. I love it.
I think the scariest thing was how much money the fucking government would take out of our paycheck every week or 2 weeks.
My God.
Shall I tell him what basically we were slaving away for?
You shot.
Oh, yeah. Please.
Around 400 every 2 weeks.
What?
Now, when I first started there, the starting pay was $8.75.
What?
And after working there for 4 years, I quit at 10 an hour. And
I was there
people,
for 2 and I didn't even get a pay raise.
Yeah. So you really wanted this. This is fucking shitty. So they're supposed to, they tell you when you start here, you're going to get an evaluation every
After
6 months.
6 months, yeah.
And I was there for 4 years. I saw 2 evaluations.
Wow.
I didn't even see 1 evaluation after 2.
Right.
And at the point that I quit, I was making 10 an hour. That was after my 2 evaluations. There were people starting that were making almost as much as me.
This is hypocrisy.
Yeah. It was horse shit.
Yeah.
They were so bad about their evals.
Mm-hmm.
They were so bad about even just providing the necessary tools for you to succeed there.
Yes.
All the time stuff was breaking. And we would tell them. And I gave so many suggestions. I would say, this is what we need. We would work so much more efficiently. And they finally listened to one of my suggestions after about 100 times of me mentioning it about cordless vacuums. And I was like, guys, if you get these, people can vacuum during the day because the extension cord, right, was a hazard to all the other members because they could trip over it. That was the big thing. But also the amount of money they spent replacing extension cords because they would snag on equipment and we'd be pissed off and people would yank the cord and it would rip and tear and, you know. So it's like all the money you spend on replacing vacuums, extension cords, just buy the fucking cordless vacuum. It will be efficient, way faster because we don't have to deal with a cord. We can do it during the day while members are about the floor.
Wait, so this must have been after I left because I don't remember no fucking cordless vacuums.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You had left already. I finally did it. I got them to get us cordless vacuums.
Kidding me?
Yeah.
It took me and like 4 other people to leave to finally get cordless vacuums.
Yeah. What's your quitting story? Do you have one?
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So at the time, I was with one of my previous girlfriends. We were living together. She had convinced me to get a job at Olive Garden.
I remember that.
Yeah. So come to find out now, it was mostly to keep an eye on me. When, in fact, I'm fairly certain she's the one who is probably doing shit behind my back, but that's a different story.
Was she doing it at an Olive Garden?
Most likely, because there was this one particular guy whom had feelings for her, and I'm pretty sure she still liked him. And I would see kind of flirting going back and forth, but me being the passive son of a bitch that I was just like, no, it's nothing, whatever, harmless flirting. Like, we all do it. Fuck it.
Now, I got a question for the people. I'm going to go ahead and speak for the people because this is an outrage. Anyone who loves the Olive Garden Alfredo sauce, we're upset because it used to come free with the breadsticks.
Now it's charged.
Now you charge for a boat, and you bring a boat, but you guys probably take one ladle and it's like just a little thin layer of sauce at the bottom of this boat. So you being an insider, what's that about?
Yeah.
Why are we ripping the people off here at Olive Garden? Because from what I know, when you're here, you're family. That shit doesn't feel like family to me.
No, so by terms of family, they're the ones who ask other family members for money. That's what they mean by when you're here, you're family.
I feel that.
Because they're going to get all the money you got in your wallet and not even care about it. Because that happened right before I had left Olive Garden myself to actually get a real big boy job. No matter what they say, Olive Garden is not a big boy job. That is for immature little high schoolers who want to, quote unquote, be in the adult world.
Oh, yeah.
Like, even the managers there seemed like they were still back in high school. So I was just kind of like, yeah, I'm over this. I'm going to go actually get a corporate suit and tie job because fuck you guys.
Yeah.
You sold your soul. I hope no one thinks Olive Garden is a big boy job.
No, there were people there that thought Olive Garden was a big boy job, and they would literally sacrifice their lives to have a piece of that Olive Garden bread.
Talk about red flags, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus. And hey, willing to listen to what you said. Willing to sacrifice their lives. It is confirmed Olive Garden is ran by Satan incarnate.
And you heard it here first.
You heard it.
We're just breaking news
first.
all
The
over
whole
the place.
Darden corporation themselves is literally like, most likely, I would say, like lieutenants of the devil.
Yeah, like
Wow.
most likely, like sacrificing goats.
Not even goats, babies. Like
Actual
they are
babies.
going to the level of babies.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. The Darden Corporation, who runs Olive Garden. Guys, this is big stuff.
This is real big news.
We are only bringing you the real exclusive stuff. They are sacrificing babies in their back offices to the Lord Lucifer
For your eggplant parm.
for your ladle of Alfredo. That's
Wow.
good
However,
soup.
Zuppa Toscano?
Oh, God.
Yo.
Honestly worth it.
Real. Yeah.
So good.
I mean,
so
the
good.
chicken gnocchi is personally my favorite.
Is
It's
it?
good too.
But that's just because it goes very well with the breadsticks, garlic and garlic.
Oh, that's true.
It does.
That's true.
So Olive Garden is basically your heroin addict cousin
Yeah.
who's like, hey man, I'll get you some of this Alfredo, but I'm going to need you to hook me up with a little something on the side.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I love it.
So, rewinding now.
Yeah.
You worked at Olive Garden, or she got you a job at Olive Garden.
Yeah.
How did this translate to you quitting the other job?
So I was working 2 jobs at the time. So I would be working my normal 6-hour shift at Olive Garden, coming home to an hour and a half of rest, and then immediately going to.
Oh, man.
So then after 2 months of doing that constantly, I just got burnt out and one had to go. And I was making more money at Olive Garden than I was at.
Yeah.
Of course.
So
Absolutely.
then I went ahead and typed up my 2-week notice to give to our manager at the time.
Which I'll bleep it out, but who was it? I don't remember.
It was.
It was. Oh, so
Yeah.
that was a while.
What a
I think
fucking
we saw, like-
douche.
Yeah. He was one of the cooler ones.
Oh, never mind.
Like if you got in trouble, he would back you up.
I like it.
Yeah.
Never mind. Hey, you heard it here first. Actually a good guy.
But we had like 2 more after that, I think, because they rotated. This was part of my gripe with that company. You would request an evaluation, but they rotate the supervisors so often that the new supervisor would say, well, I just got here. I don't know your style. I don't have enough information about you yet to give you a full evaluation. Let's give it some time.
Right.
So then you got to wait for this fucking piece of shit to evaluate you in their head, which they're not even doing. They fucking forget who you are. My first manager at a different location called me Clarence.
I remember you telling me of this.
Yep. He would call me Clarence. He looked like the Mr. Clean guy. He was bald. He was pretty built. He was older, very militaristic type of guy. And the weird thing is that he started by calling me the right name. And then maybe around month 2 or 3, he started calling me Clarence.
Maybe he was confusing you with Clarence from Silence of the Lambs.
Well, and there was another dude there whose name was actually Clarence.
Okay.
We look nothing alike. Not even kind of close. Also, douchebag, I'm wearing a name tag. You fuckhead.
Yes.
And so I started just ignoring him. He'd be like, hey, Clarence. And I'd just keep walking. And I'd say, call me by my fucking name.
Ooh.
Call me by...
Unlike Estevan over here, he actually wore his name tag.
Right.
Yeah, I did.
I like that he started calling you Clarence, like as if you were an old black man with mystical powers.
Yeah. Right?
From a television show in the 80s, like a not Full House.
Family
because that
Matters.
was super white, but like, yeah, Family Matters, something like that.
Yeah.
I love
That is
it.
very much a cop, a former cop, or not
Yeah.
former cop. He's still a cop, but he's put on a little weight.
Balding.
Yeah, balding. Steve Urkel's his neighbor.
Yeah.
What is this, Good Times?
Yeah.
Something like that. One of those.
Great
shows.
times. Anyway, my gripe was that the turnover with supervisors was so quick that by the time they got to know you to give you an eval, someone was coming in to replace them, and you just repeat that cycle.
Right.
Hence why I never saw an eval for 2 years.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I could imagine that every single manager you had at a gym must have been some sort of crypto trading, wife beating type of fella. That's what I would assume automatically.
Yeah, this fits into the Halloween theme because it was a very toxic, evil environment that we worked in, man. A lot of people were just shitty. We would get shit on all the time. Sometimes literally, no, not really literally, but we would clean up a lot of shit.
Oh, can I tell him a quick story?
Yeah, please.
Please.
So there was this one moment in time where me and one of our previous coworkers found literal shit in one of the drains.
I remember that.
Of the shower?
The shower drains?
In the shower
Yep.
drains. They
Okay.
literally stomped the shit through the drains
Yeah.
and clogged it up.
Right.
I found in the showers one time a sample container that you deliver samples in for someone else to insert in themselves and create a baby. And you're probably thinking, oh, it was a prank. They probably put conditioner or something in there to make it look like that. Maybe. And maybe.
Maybe. Because you didn't taste it, so you don't know.
Right.
So
I
you
wasn't
don't
going
know.
to sample it myself. But the container was legit.
Right.
Which it was enough for me to go, nah. I don't get paid enough to actually pick that up.
And the container said fertilization clinic, so that was another sign.
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't you make pick it up?
I was not going to make anyone. I just
Right.
said, guys, fuck it. We don't get paid enough for this.
No.
Are you joking?
I think we actually picked it up to throw it away.
One of them. I
One of
can
them
see
picked
one
it
of
up
them.
because I was like, fuck no. Like I don't touch nobody's like dick juices up other than mine.
And even then, no. I don't know.
Even then, yeah.
Now, what I really love to talk about a lot could fall into the category of Halloween. Why not? Mm-hmm. What's your guys' favorite conspiracy theories out there?
This is good tea.
I'll put a fireplace sound effect over this. Like we're sitting around the fire, but now we're talking the real stuff.
Like we're giving spooky stories.
Yeah.
I like that. I don't know what my favorite conspiracy is. Do you have one?
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah.
I like the conspiracy that the world actually did end in 2012.
That's a good one.
Have you seen that thread?
That's a great one.
Because there was some scientific discovery, whatever, about this molecule or this atom or whatever that could actually destroy the universe as we know it.
Okay.
And scientists discovered it that year. And then the whole Mayan calendar and all that kind of stuff, right? So people are saying that it actually did end.
Yeah.
It destroyed our universe as we knew it. And what happened is we shifted into an alternate reality. Mm-hmm. And some things didn't shift exactly the same way, which is why we now have the Mandela effect.
Right.
Where some people remember something one way, other people remember it another way. I'm not mansplaining Mandela. Everyone should know what that is by now, right? Just for the people who don't.
Yes.
I love that theory. Mm-hmm. I really do. And there's a lot more to it that if I read it word for word, but that's the outline of it. Right. Is that it actually ended. And then some are saying that it ended again in 2020.
Okay.
And that we shifted again into another reality. And that's why everything was so fucking all over the place.
Definitely. I love that one.
Yeah.
It was the God particle, right? That was like...
something like that.
That's just such a good one. I think the best... not even, I don't know, evidence, I guess you could call it, for that is just like how really since the year 2012 everything has been more absurd than it's probably ever been before, like on a mass scale.
Wouldn't you say it's getting exponentially more absurd?
Yes.
You know, I mean,
at a rapid rate.
It's doubling, tripling, quadrupling, to the point where we've said this before, the government's coming out now and just being like, yeah, UFOs are real.
Right.
Yep. You guys were right. Jig's up.
Definitely.
Which could be a conspiracy in itself. What are they covering up that's even bigger than that now that they're trying to say, yeah, focus on that shit because this shit over here is way crazier.
You do get that all the time.
Yeah.
You always got to see, you know, especially if they're dropping UFOs. Now, the funniest thing about that is people didn't really care that much.
Right. We're
which
like,
is
come
hilarious.
on. We've been on this for a while.
Yeah. They're like
you knew if you knew.
Right. Yeah.
They're like, okay, UFOs are real. That's fine. Like, I just want my iced coffee from McDonald's.
Right.
Exactly.
You know? Like that's
I'm tired of being in this bullshit line for fucking 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You're McDonald's. Step on that.
There you go. I think I know my favorite conspiracy.
Please.
Shout out to my boy David Icke. They tried to silence my boy. They've censored him. No, I'm just kidding. You know, he's probably a kook. But honestly, I like David Icke. You know, I like the thing about like the reptilian aliens like secretly running the world.
Yeah.
I like that whole bit that it's like, you know, the Queen of England is secretly like some reptilian ancient like being.
Yeah. So what you're saying is the memes of Zuckerberg being just this humanoid lizard.
Yes.
Being true.
That whole bit.
Isn't that a thing too? Oh, let's make them memes. So we start to, what's the word? Like familiarize everyone.
Yep.
Their senses, they get desensitized to it.
Desensitized.
Oh, it's a meme. It's a meme. It's a meme. But is it really?
Until Zuckerberg's like knocking at your door, asking for an arm and a leg, literally, because that is what he eats.
Until you see Zuckerberg lick his own eyeball really quickly, and all this, his eyelid comes from the side and blinks instead of top down.
Right.
I mean, if you think about it, just look at the recent Facebook and Instagram basically shutdown that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. It was down, quote unquote.
It was down, quote unquote. But yet, information was leaked.
Yes.
People's personal email addresses and login information were leaked. And so, if that's not conspiracy to find people who quote unquote disturbed the balance,
Yeah.
then I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, it just seems weirdly feasible to me that, like, if there was aliens who, like, were able to infiltrate and their whole, like, agenda was to, like, destroy us slowly from the inside, they're doing a pretty good job.
Yeah.
They're doing a pretty good job.
That is one of the few plans that have actually worked out as planned in this world.
It really has. It really has. Honestly, good on them. Like, whatever. Like, what do you guys want? I'll come hang out. Like, I'll chill. Like, you like take me away. Like, I'm down. Like, who do I got to talk to? Like, what's up? Like, what are your people like? Like, what are your women like? You know, like,
Yeah.
do they have 3 legs? I'm cool with that. Whatever.
Now, what about Halloween movies? What are you guys watching? Is there a movie you go to every single year? And it's not quite Christmas, right? Christmas definitely has more movies
you bet
that
your
people...
sweet ass I'm watching Jingle All the Way right now.
Oh, shit. You know, I know...
You put
Already?
that fucking cookie down, bitch.
I know the director of Jingle All the Way.
Do you know?
Yeah.
You met the director of Jingle All the Way?
Not met. I could call him right
can
now if I
call
wanted
this
to.
guy.
I'm good. I'm friends with him.
What?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
So he was doing like a half course, so 8 weeks at a college I went to, and so he was teaching it. And initially, I wasn't even going to join his class. He was doing a sitcom boot camp class,
Nice.
and but my friend got in, and on the very first day, he texted me and said, "Dude, you have to join. This guy's legit. Like he's actually been in the industry. He's done stuff. He's really cool. You would like him."
Yeah.
So the class was full, but I emailed him and I just said, I'm interested in taking your class. I'm on the wait list. He's like, yeah, just come on in. He got me in. And I remember one day I was showing my friend a video I had made for another class.
Yep.
And he just happened to be walking by and kind of just watched it and he really liked it. And then every week after that, he was like, let me see what you got. Show me your stuff. And he's been a huge fan, a huge follower of my work and my friend's work.
Nice.
Since then, we've stayed in touch.
Yep.
You know, we call him regularly. He's always like, send me scripts. Whatever you have, send me. I'll give you feedback.
Nice.
And this is a guy who, he started out, his career was writing for Happy Days.
Wow.
Mork and Mindy.
What?
Leave It to Beaver, yeah. So he was writing those, and then he's directed movies like Jingle All the Way, Are We There Yet, Snow Dogs. So he's got his career,
Yep.
and yeah, maybe for Christmas we'll have him on. I'll
we-
call him up. We'll have him talk Jingle All the Way, and
Yeah.
I would love to be a part of that because I have so many questions about Jingle All the Way that I want to ask him.
yeah,
Where's the fucking cookie recipe that dude was orgasming about when he ate it?
Yep.
I want to know why Arnold Schwarzenegger demanded him to put that cookie down.
there you
Damn,
go.
he directed Schwarzenegger?
Yeah,
That's dope.
yes, sir.
Dude, if that guy actually came on the pod, that's a pretty good like guest. Like
I could do
holy
it,
shit.
man. But yeah, Halloween. What are you guys watching?
So anyway, no, I'm just kidding. For the first time in my life, this Halloween season, I saw a movie called The Craft. I actually really
You
liked
just
it.
seen The
I
Craft?
just seen The Craft. I don't know how I missed The Craft, man. It's like right up my alley.
Interesting.
Because I love. It's kind of like Heathers, where it's like the aesthetic of like a teen movie that's like kind of poppy bullshit, but it's not that. It's like more adult and a little darker. And I fucking dig that shit. So The Craft was great. I need to get more 'Tis the Season for the Halloween. I don't know. I mean, I could see myself. I do like some of the oldies. You know, I'd really like to watch the original Halloween. John Carpenter. That's always good.
You gonna watch the new one? Halloween?
I would like to. You know what's hard this year?
Well, I mean, it's out already.
Is it
It's
out?
It's out.
But they're releasing really good movies that it's like Halloween becomes like a third or fourth option when
Yeah.
like Dune comes out next week. Like, fuck, I gotta see Dune.
No Time to Die is out.
No Time to Die. I saw Venom last night instead of fucking. I saw Venom
Oh,
last night.
shit.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
I know. I just dropped it.
Man.
I saw Venom, and it's like I gotta see Venom before I see Halloween Kills or whatever the hell it's called.
Right.
Yeah. Brief review on Venom. Not so bad. I texted my little brother before. He said, don't take it too seriously. He knows me. He's like, don't be all serious about it. Just let it be what it is. And I was like, all right. I accept your advice. And I need that check-in before I go see most movies, honestly. Yeah. And he was just, don't take it seriously. I didn't take it seriously. It was still a little cringy. My only quarrel is it should have been longer. And give Woody Harrelson, let Woody Harrelson do what he does. Don't box Woody Harrelson in to like a minimal amount of scenes where he doesn't even get to flex his fucking muscle. Like, it's Woody fucking Harrelson, guys. Like, let him go. Like, unleash him on the world. Woody Harrelson as Carnage could be as great as Heath Ledger as the Joker if you just let him go. But no, they fuck him up. Not really. I mean, he's fine, but they don't let him be Woody. You know? Let Woody be Woody.
There's some artists out there, if you just let them be, that's when you get the gold.
Yeah. This is a legend, guys. Like, really. Like, if you have that type of a legend, like, he needs to run shit. I don't even think, I'll be honest, with this Venom thing, I don't even think they let Tom Hardy do as much as Tom Hardy. Like, Tom Hardy's like a fucking legend too.
Oh,
like,
I mean, he's got insane chops.
There's no reason. Okay, I'm sitting here like I was trying not to take it too seriously, and now like I'm unleashed. I can't hold myself.
Let
back.
there be carnage now on this podcast.
Let there be carnage now. There's no reason that there should be a movie with Tom Hardy and Woody Harrelson where neither of them get to be as great as they fucking are. There's no reason, if you're going to pay tens of millions of dollars to have Tom Hardy and Woody Harrelson in a movie, should they be boxed into a weird anti-hero kind of comedy thing where they're just kind of trying to rip off Deadpool, honestly. And they won't even make it rated R. They won't even make it rated R.
That's the thing about movies nowadays, that it's become so watered down to the point where it's like, we don't want to offend anyone, so we have to make it so stale to where we don't get canceled. And that's why I'm liking these movies, like some of these movies who just don't give a shit about being canceled to make a good fucking movie.
Right. Are you doing Halloween movies right now?
I've never really been a Halloween movie kind of person.
For sure.
Really?
My style of Halloween movie would be more, not so much the blood and the gore scary, but I do like more suspenseful. I would watch Paranormal Activity or something like that. I'd be interested in seeing the new Halloween.
Oh, so then I guess when Hereditary came out, you were all about that, weren't you?
I didn't jump on it right away, but I did see it.
Yeah.
I did see it. And then I saw Midsummer, of course.
Yeah.
So as far as I don't think, unless I'm completely missing one, I don't have one that I go to every season. Halloween rolls around and I'm on it. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people, it's Nightmare Before Christmas. And I know this is going to trigger a lot of people right now.
Ooh.
But I've never seen that movie.
Love it. Yes. Oh my God.
It's got its time and its place. I mean, don't get me wrong. Obviously, I was that edgy 16-year-old kid who did love that movie to an extent. But I mean, there's plenty of movies out there that Tim Burton's done that's been way better.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's got its moments, it's got its place, it's got its time. But it's not like the end-all, be-all.
Yeah, I just hate musicals. So that's why I don't care to watch Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah. Ever since I was a kid, like even in like watching like The Lion King, I'd just be like, all right, can we move on to the next thing? Like, I don't want to do the song. Like, I don't care.
Oh,
I will say though, the music in The Lion King did slap.
It slaps.
Well, you got Elton John, and it's like, you're gonna win some awards.
And it do slap. I mean, but boy, if I'm watching a movie, like, I don't want to watch a song.
Yeah.
That's my issue. So that's where I stand on Nightmare Before Christmas. Like, don't turn it on often so I don't have to listen to music while I watch a movie.
Yeah, and I feel, again, like I said, the more suspense part of it. So there's this movie, Hush. Have you guys seen that?
No.
I love Hush for the fact of it is one of the very few movies to have a deaf person in it.
Yeah. So what's great about a movie like that, and even just from a writing and directing standpoint, that I like, being a former student and everything, is that it takes place pretty much all in one location, this house.
Love that.
So if you're a student and you got very low budget kind of thing, and this is a great example of something that you can do in one location that's creative. The other thing that I like to see is a competent protagonist and a competent antagonist. A lot of these horror movies like Michael Myers, you're so frustrated with the main character because you're like, man, he fucking walks everywhere.
Yeah.
Just a light jog, even a brisk walk, and you can get away from him. It's not hard.
It's not hard.
Also, finish the job. I don't know if I brought this up on the podcast before. Finish the fucking job.
Absolutely.
Don't drop the gun. Don't drop the knife. Don't drop the crowbar. Whatever the fuck it is, hold on to that shit. Really make sure they're dead. You can't bash their head in enough times.
Okay. And on that point, this is what pissed me off about the second Friday the 13th. Bitch had the machete in her hand. Chop the fucking head off.
Chop the head off.
Chop the head off.
And then put the blade through the brain.
Yeah.
And then throw the thing in a wood chipper.
Rinse, repeat.
Yeah. So, Hush, you have, like he said, a deaf character.
Yep.
So the premise is it's this writer, and she's deaf, and she's living in this house, and this guy is trying to kill her, basically, the whole movie. I'm in.
Yeah, I'm in.
I'm like, cool. Fuck yeah. And what I like, too, is just to see how she uses her mind to just be smart, to think on her feet. But then he does other things, too, that are pretty smart. And so...
It's just a cat and mouse kind of deal.
Yeah, exactly.
The whole movie, just cat and mouse.
Like exactly. That. Now, I'm not over here hyping it up saying it's the greatest horror movie I've ever seen. I'm just saying that was one where I was impressed because I really didn't expect much from it. And I walked away going, that's...
On the rating, it was a B movie.
Yeah.
But it had one of the highest ratings on Rotten Tomato.
And I can see why. You know, it's
insane.
Yeah. So that's something that I would watch this time of year, I suppose. It's a good one.
Is that on Netflix?
It was. Is it still there?
Yeah, it's still on Netflix.
That's where I saw it, and so I guess it still is, yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm glad you brought up the Paranormal Activity. That's probably where I'd like to go with my Halloween. Now that you said that, I'm like, oh yeah, like I want to fucking... There's supposed to be a new one coming out.
Yeah,
which it'll probably suck ass, but like I'm gonna watch it.
It looks so high quality.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I need to watch the trailer.
Well, that's how it is for all of them. They look super high quality till you watch the actual movie. Then you're like, fuck, I just got trolled.
Well, and I mean high quality in terms of the image. It doesn't look... The style of it is found footage, but it doesn't look like found footage, if that makes sense. So it's not...
So it's playing into a Blair Witch effect.
Kind of. It looks like.
But in 4K, it sounds like.
Almost like Project X.
Right.
Okay.
The way Project X is high quality images shot in a found footage style, the zoom ins and zoom outs and all of that. But it looks a little more high quality than your average camcorder would give you.
Definitely.
So that was a little interesting, but I mean...
I'm going to have a look. Yeah. I like
give it a
that.
look.
I like I'll probably get, a Conjuring in or something like that, a Paranormal Activity or two, keep it supernatural. That's usually where I stay.
Yeah.
Supernatural. I'm not big on slasher too much.
Yeah, I'm not either. I guess supernatural would be... That's a good term for it. Something like Signs.
Yeah. Ooh, I like Signs.
Where it's... Or
Signs
War of the Worlds even.
War of the Worlds. Ooh, good.
Wouldn't consider that a Halloween movie, but if you're in the supernatural realm for things that are kind of suspenseful and scary a little bit.
A little bit.
You might.
Exactly.
Now, before we go, what we really all came here for.
Yes.
Who has real life, crazy, haunted, Halloween, paranormal stuff that they've experienced?
Yeah.
I'll come right off the bat first and say, personally, I haven't really. It's a plus and a minus, right? Like, it's great because I don't ever want to encounter stuff like that. But it also sucks because now I don't have a story to tell.
Right.
But I feel like you guys might have some stuff.
I'm kind of in the same boat as you, though.
Really?
And it's weird because I used to wish like I could tap into that. Like I used to kind of feel like why don't you guys like me? You know, like you ghosts and you demons. Like what? Like geez, like God, like I never get any play. Like like no ghost ever hit on me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I used to be.
And you start
like
thinking,
that.
well, what is it? What's wrong with
like
me?
what do you want me to do? Like I'll be whoever you want me to be to like get a little play. No, basically I'm kind of in the same boat. I think I could say probably two things that I can think of off my head. One time, do you remember my friend Savannah?
I think so.
Yeah, from high school. So we used to, I remember one time we went to go smoke at someone's house. I barely can remember who. And I remember we got there to smoke and they told us like, hey, just so you know, like this house is haunted. They were giving us like some stories about the ghost. They said it was a pretty friendly Casper-like ghost, for the most part. And first of all, terrible thing to tell someone right when they're about to smoke weed. Just, don't drop that ball. So, you know, I was almost a little like, okay, whatever you guys say, like, okay, whatever. So I think, but we were like smoking and then I remember my friend Savannah like freaked the fuck out of nowhere. And she was like, what the fuck? She was like, something just touched my fucking leg. And like, we were all really stoned and she was kind of just like, let's get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm done with this place.
Shit.
So that was one thing. And I can't remember if something dropped, like something fell off the counter maybe. I kind of have a feeling that happened. The only other thing that I can think of is, well, this is when I lived in Taos, and I was at a 12-step meeting in a small town called, what the fuck was that place called?
Man, small towns.
Yeah,
that's where it
small
happens, man.
towns are
Small
always
towns,
it.
always some wild shit going on.
I can't remember. It's a small town right outside of Taos, and like there was a lot of stories about that town and it being kind of like haunted, and there used to be witches in the town, and it's super creepy, whatever. So I was at this 12-step meeting, and it was at like the local community center, and we were just like in the middle of the meeting, and a radio turned on, like out of nowhere, like a radio just like turned on, and like that is probably, those are off the top of my head really probably the only two things I can think of. I really haven't had all I can say is like in the time of my life when I was really into the occult and I was really into that kind of stuff, my life got exponentially worse. And I don't think that's a coincidence. Like my life really went to shit and I went to a really dark place. It's not to be played with. I'm not saying I was doing like rituals or anything.
Playing with Ouija boards?
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't doing any of that, but I just like really was kind of messed up in the head. It was during my addiction, you know, and I kind of just had a kind of a, I don't know what you would say, like kind of almost like a mindset, like if it is real and that's how you get things in this life, then like I might be open to it. And the more I kind of fed into that energy, the worse my life got. And the moment I decided to like go more the way of God, my life has gotten a lot better. So that seems pretty much evident enough for me to stay away from that shit. I'm pretty big on God now. I'm not a part of any particular religion. I like to explore all religions. I think they all have something to tap into, and I'll find God wherever I can because I ain't fucking with that other shit. I think I'm good on that. So that's kind of where I stand.
Any entities chilling right here, kind of listening in. We don't want experiences with you.
We rebuke you.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
My family has a history of having, I don't know, capabilities beyond that of this earth.
Yes.
Like my dad, when he was younger, was a psychic. He could see the future, very That's So Raven, before Raven was That So.
Right.
And, but it freaked out my grandparents that he could do that. And so I don't know if they took him to a therapist or something and just didn't let him develop that skill. But, you know, even his mom, my grandmother, she has very strong intuitions about things. She'll think of someone and go, I don't know, something feels wrong with them, or they're sad, or they need help. And that's definitely trickled down to us now. To me, I've had moments where I have very strong intuition and pulls, or visions almost. Not necessarily psychic, but I guess psychic in a way. But seeing ghosts or anything, not that I can remember, I've never had anything like that. But my brother, he did for a little bit. When we moved into my parents' house, he used to see this like figure in his closet.
Ooh, fuck.
And the figure wasn't necessarily a bad spirit or energy, but it's like, that's fucking scary. As a kid, you just see some dude standing in the doorway of your closet, and you would never hurt him or anything like that, and it was just kind of like, if maybe he needed a nudge to get on to the whatever. So I don't know. I think my parents ended up having my other grandma's sisters come and like do a whole blessing of the house, the holy water in the corners and all that kind of stuff. They're very
the burning sage.
Right, yeah.
Rightfully so.
And then he stopped seeing the guy after that.
All right. It worked.
It worked. I'm probably gonna have to burn some sage in here after this podcast today, but you know.
Yeah, because I might have brought in a friend or two.
No, so that's why we saved the best for last.
That's right.
What the fuck have you seen?
So I would say it all stemmed down when I was younger. So when I was 11, I witnessed my mom die right in front of me.
Wow.
Sorry to hear that.
In our bathroom. And so after that, it's kind of like, I don't know if you've heard this, but if you've witnessed something traumatic, something in your head just unlocks. Something that shouldn't be unlocks.
I can see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, they say it's almost like a physical scar, isn't it? Like a physical scarring of your brain tissue sometimes with that.
And so about a month or so after, because she died in late November, and I started noticing these things about around the time that she had died. So about a month later. It's kind of before Christmas. It's me and my sister just in the house, kind of whatever, because, my piece of shit stepfather dipped out after my mom died. Fucking asshole. Enjoy hell, bastard.
Hashtag, fuck that dude.
Hashtag enjoy hell.
Dude. Yeah. So I had noticed my name being heard. Like I heard my name being said. And so I'm just like, oh, it's just my sister calling me, probably wanting something. Fuck it, whatever. Went up to her, was like, hey, are you calling me? Like, do you need anything? And she'd be like, no, I don't need anything. What the hell? Just get the fuck out of here. Like, leave me alone.
Typical sibling kind of conversation.
Yeah. As many siblings do. Like, fucking leave me alone. Whatever. Get out of my face. And so I was just like, all right, fuck it, whatever. So I went into my mom's room, just kind of chilling, watching TV, whatever. Hear it again. So I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck do you want? Like, leave me alone. And so I go in there and like, hey, stop calling my name. Like, what the fuck do you want? And she's like, I don't want anything. I didn't call your name. And I'm like, well, I keep hearing my name being called. And she's like, you're just being paranoid. And I'm just like, whatever, fuck it. So I like walk back into my mom's room, and the bathroom is right by her room. And so I like see something in the corner of my eye, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I turn around, I see this shadowy figure standing in the exact spot where she had died. And we're just like deadlocked eyes, just like holy shit kind of moment. I like freeze up, and I'm like, oh fuck, what is this? And so I like quickly get scared. I close my eyes and I shut the door. And then I open it back up, and it's gone. And so I turn on the light, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? And that was what I had thought would have been my last time kind of seeing anything supernatural. Until a few years later, I'm living with my grandma at the time. And I start hearing voices again. Except they're not voices that I know. And so I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm hearing them come out of this one particular room that apparently one of my relatives had died in back in the day, that I didn't know about this. And so I would hear this name, like, call out to me from that room. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how would this person know my name? I wasn't even, like, thought of when that person had died.
Yeah.
And so my grandma was just like, oh, it's just your mind playing tricks on you and kind of whatever.
See, nobody ever believes the person, too.
Nobody ever
Even
believes.
in movies, real life, it's always, you're tired. You're overworked. You're stressed.
Even one of my best friends can confirm that my grandma's house is, like, haunted by something. Because there was a moment in time where he was staying with me, and he would just get these weird vibes. Mm-hmm. And he knew something was off about the house. Mm-hmm. And I honestly believed him because I thought the same thing. Because I think I have, like, this weird-ass thing where, like, I have these two demons that follow me. Mm-hmm. And so, I don't know if you knew this, but demons have their own ranks. And so, demons are all around us. Demons are constantly watching us.
Yeah.
And those demons are called familiar demons. They can know you, they can research you, they can study you, but they can't touch you. The only ones that can touch you are the higher up demons, the more powerful ones. And that's the thing, though, is if you look at it biblically, God gave Satan the realm of the earth. He said, do what you want, but you cannot touch them unless they say so. And that's where it all stems down to free will. If you give that demon permission, he will possess your body.
Right.
And that's the whole thing of possessions, is that they think that demons can just automatically take over a body when they can't. That defeats the purpose of free will.
Right.
That person has to accept that demon to possess their bodies. And so for me, I often experience sleep paralysis.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, yeah.
And so I believe sleep paralysis is definitely a demonic trick that is the demon trying to convince you to let the demon take over.
Interesting.
And so for me, I have this one particular sleep demon. She portrays herself to be a 12-year-old girl
Scary as fuck.
who will literally
Oh, yeah.
do fucking twisted things, will say twisted things to me that actually came to be true. So this one instance, I was dating this one girl. We were vibing each other extremely good. Like, we were on par with each other. And so one night, my sleep demon came up to me and whispered into my ear, "You are nothing. You will always be nothing. She does not love you. She's never loved you since day one.
Damn.
You will get your heart broken tomorrow."
What a little shit.
The next day, she asked me to come over to her house to tell me that she fell out of love with me.
Oof.
So she's either a little shit or she just has a fucked up way of watching out for you, letting you know what's up.
I know.
Well, no,
Damn.
the thing is that this little demon is trying to. So there's these things called. Well, I'm sure you're familiar with succubus and succubies. I'm fairly certain she is a succubus because there are these particular sleep demons or dream demons that are only fantasize about having sex with a human.
Wow.
And if you look into back biblical history, that's where the Nephilim came in, because these demons would have sex with these human women to create these gargantuan motherfuckers, like these fucking 10-foot bastards who can take on anything, hence Goliath.
Yeah.
He was a Nephilim. He was a product of human and angel.
Whoa.
So that's why when David was like, you know what, fuck you, I got this rock and this leather strap, I'm going to take your ass out with it, so fuck you.
David was literally strapped.
That's where the term comes from. Stay strapped. He was the first to be strapped.
He was the first.
And so, yeah, like going back to my story, this girl is literally like, she will hold me down and whisper these things into my ears. The thing is, like, I've never seen her face. She always positions me to where, like, my face is always pointed away. But she whispers into my ear. And then, in form of my other demon, he's never made contact. I've only seen him. He will not touch me. He will not do anything. He will just look at me. It's crazy because, like, there will be times where I'll see him appear out of nowhere. Like, I could literally just be sitting at home watching TV, and he will show up in, like, the corner of my eye, just watching me.
They know how to do that, too, don't they? They know how to stand just barely in your line of sight.
Their geometry is very good.
They're on point with that.
Yeah.
It sucks because you cannot get any kind of hold over a demon unless you know their name. I've become so intimate with my little sleep demon, I don't even know her name.
But y'all are on semi-good terms?
She holds me down. She tells me all kinds of crazy shit. And yeah, like literally just the other night, she was holding me down and she just wouldn't let me breathe. She just held me down. And it's so weird because I don't know if you've ever experienced sleep paralysis, but it stems off from dreamlike visions to reality.
A lot of people see very wild shit because it's basically your body went to sleep with your mind still awake.
Okay.
And there's a lot of weird stuff that happens, like DMT is released in that process. And basically imagine like you're just tripping balls as you enter a dream state. But you're awake and conscious watching it happen, but your body's frozen.
Sure.
And it's like, I mean, it's basically tripping. It's like having a bad trip every time you go to sleep. But we're always
like taking a handful of mushrooms, having the worst trip of your life, but you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Which would be that would be part of the worst trip of your life if you couldn't move your body. That would be horrifying.
I think I've only experienced sleep paralysis one time when I was a kid in our old apartment. And I woke up in the middle of the night and it sounded like someone, this is what I told my parents anyway, it sounded like someone was eating a very crunchy sandwich in my closet. And I could just hear them eating it and I couldn't move, but my eyes could move around and I was looking. And I tried to call out to my parents and I couldn't. It was like, Dad. And I couldn't do it, but they were just fucking having a buffet in my closet. So it wasn't so scary. It was scary, but not.
Right. So you're telling me this demon liked chips on a sandwich.
He liked chips on a sandwich.
Yeah, they put, the sandwich you have after a day of swimming.
Good taste.
They were in demon. There. Yeah. I have food demons, I guess. So, you hear how good this sandwich is? Bet you wish you could have some.
Yeah.
See, I would rather have that than a little 12-year-old telling me that I'm a piece of shit. I'm not going to amount to anything. That I should just go ahead and end it.
Damn. Like, what did you ever do to her? What shit?
I didn't do shit to her. Unless it was literally the time when I was like 15, cutting a piece of my hair off, throwing it in a can of fire, doing some weird-ass chant, throwing the lighter in said fire because fuck it, explosion, and having a literal fireball come towards me.
That would explain some things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like the guy from The Conjuring. But
so you're not a demonologist.
Maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. I could be talking out of my ass.
Well, the thing
but
is,
that
okay,
sounds
so backstory. So me and my friends, we would like to draw pentagrams all over the place.
I'm learning more and more about why you're seeing the shit that you see.
And so, personally, I like pentagrams. Pentagrams are cool.
Don't you have a tattoo of one?
Well, I have a broken pentagram. So this is a logo from a band that I enjoy called O Sleeper. They're a Christian band. The representation of the broken pentagram is literally... So it stems from their lyric from their last song on their album called The Finisher. where it is the angels will sing as they call my name. I will rip off your horns. So ripping off the horns is literally leaving Satan powerless. So that's why they have their album artwork as the broken pentagram, because the 2 horns are missing.
Nice.
So that's why I got that tattoo. But I just like pentagrams, because pentagrams look cool. Like upside down stars, like what's not cool about that?
Fair enough.
So me and my friends, we would just draw them like with chalk everywhere and say fuck it. Well, one day, me and my 2 best friends and one of our other friends who's become estranged now, we were just fucking around drawing pentagrams on my patio because fuck it. So one of my friends was like, yo, you got gasoline over here? And I was like, yeah. Can I fill it up in a can and set it on fire and put it in between the pentagram? Let's do this weird ass chant that I found online. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. Fuck it. Whatever.
Great idea.
So we were like, no, first what we should do is take a piece of our hair, put it in the fire before we do the chant. And I was like, yeah, let's fucking do it.
Yeah, bind yourself to the horrible shit.
Yes.
And so we each did it. We cut, well, me and 3 of us did it. One of them was like, nah, fuck that. I'm out. Peace.
Smart.
So he went inside.
So he's chilling today. He's actually a CEO.
Yeah.
And he's
very much better off than we are.
I wonder what the correlation is. I'm trying to
Beautiful
figure
marriage.
out.
Got to be a part of it. Beautiful marriage. Beautiful dog.
Yeah.
Just very... Living in a super nice house. Very nice.
Just living in God's
house.
grace.
Yeah.
Like, completely.
Yes. He was the smart one.
Yeah.
We were all like, okay, cool. So we all cut a piece of our hair, threw it in the fire or whatever. So I was just like, nothing's happening. Threw the lighter in the fire. Big ass explosion happened, which I do have a picture of, which I can show you guys.
Nice.
Wow.
Big ass
awesome.
explosion. But within that explosion, 3 fireballs came towards us. And so we were all kind of like, shit, did we just get possessed?
They came towards you perfectly at all of you?
Perfectly towards all of us.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
And so, literally, the one person that became estranged to us, his whole entire personality changed after that. Because he was kind of on the cusp of, like, being a hipster. To now he's, like, literally like a full-on, like, black metal loving motherfucker who only will purely listen to black metal.
Okay.
And so, like, his whole entire personality changed to where he became, like, so, like, hateful towards things.
Damn.
And it was just like, holy shit, like, we all have problems now. Like, I have my sleep demon. My friend has his issues. Like, we're all kind of suffering from our misdeeds. But, I mean, not, like... My sleep demon's alright. She's cool. She's helped me.
Sounds like it. Sounds like a well-rounded relationship.
Well, I mean, if she helped me from literally getting out of a toxic relationship, why would I not fuck with that?
That's true.
She's a sharp young lady.
It's a good way to look at it. Yeah. So,
And
moral of
literally,
the story.
I mean, the other night, we'll call that, you know, compensation. Like, I mean, it was fucked up what had happened, but you know what? It's all good. Water under the bridge.
Give and take.
Give and take. That's what toxic relationships are all about, right?
Yeah. So I mean, if she wants to possess me, too fucking bad. I won't let you.
There you go.
I like my body for now.
That's right.
Give me like 10 years, then we'll talk.
We'll revisit this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see how we'll check in.
Just give me like another 10 years.
We'll do like the Shark Tank thing where they check in on people who that put their products out there.
Yeah.
We'll do that with you. We'll
yeah,
say
exactly.
they're thriving.
It's an investment. You gotta make sure your investment's worthwhile.
Absolutely.
Justin and his sleep demon have decided to get a timeshare together.
You know, timeshare in Italy.
Yeah.
Just kicking back, sipping mimosas, just living the good life.
Yeah, why not? Why
They
can't
decided to usher in like the fucking Harabanger, like fucking post world, like post fucking Rapture, like
Post Malone.
Seventh Seal, like Post Malone, like the fucking 3-headed demon, you know, and that's just what they're up to these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Except mine just happens to be a 12-year-old.
That's scary, man.
That is
Fucking
horrifying.
horrifying.
This was better than I could have imagined. I
Yeah.
didn't expect that you would deliver like that. That is some serious business you
Yeah.
just gave us.
I thought it was going to be, I was on a camping trip with some friends and I saw a pair of eyes in a bush. Ooh.
Yeah, woo. No,
And
this is
no.
Oh no, I bring only the finest
Mm-hmm.
of demon sightings.
This is true.
That's great.
All right. Well, here we have our demon correspondent now.
Yeah.
I would
things
say
to
I am
learn.
the resident demonologist. I've put many of years into study about demons.
And sleep expert.
Yes, and sleep.
I do like to sleep.
Well, everyone, happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween. Don't do rituals.
Don't
like
throw
the
hair
ones
in
you just
dumpster
heard.
fires with pentagrams around.
Don't play.
Learn from my mistakes, kids.
Learn from-
If anything, this is just a disclaimer to say don't do any things that I've done.
This was a PSA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy all the pumpkin spice bullshit you can stuff yourself with this month.
Yeah, like after this is over, I'm gonna go to fucking Starbucks. I'm gonna get a pumpkin spice latte.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go directly across the street to fucking Chipotle. Get me a fucking burrito bowl.
Yes.
There you go.
I'm just gonna white bitch it up and be happy.
You are.
Be merry, man. Share with us your stories. If you're carving jack-o'-lanterns, I want to see the coolest jack-o'-lantern pumpkin carving out there. Last year, I attempted to do a Millennium Falcon. No, I'm sorry, it was a Death Star.
Ooh.
It was very tedious.
I imagine.
It didn't come out too well,
Yeah.
but it was all right. It was the most advanced pumpkin carving I've ever attempted. All right, everyone. Happy Halloween. Be
Happy
safe.
Hallows Eve.
Enjoy, and we'll see you in November.
Lights, camera, action.
Nothing unites people like someone dying.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's sad and it's true though.
The candy corn industry is a money laundering front.
What's the worst acid trip you've ever had?
Well, this is Red Band Podcast, baby. Movies, music, conspiracies, deep existential crises. It's all inside and it's all unfiltered. So let's get started.